Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about how you act. So last week I talked about presence and the three parts that make up your presence: how you act, how you speak, and how you look. So today I wanted to go over how you act. So there are three components to how you act, and then I also want to talk to you a little bit about what you can do to kind of incorporate that into building of how you act. So the first thing that we want to go through is its confidence. This is high on the list. This is number one. This is the main thing of how you act. And with confidence deep down inside, we have to know and we have to believe that we are capable of doing whatever it is that we want to do. It cannot be faked. And if it can be, it's only for a little bit of time, because eventually people are going to see it, people are going to notice it, and might end up costing you a mistake. It's confidence is something that we have to work on, and it starts with us, because if we don't believe in what we do, no one else is going to believe it. So it starts with us, with believing in whatever it is that we are doing. And that could be anything from hitting that go live button, because as I've stated before, it took me 1.5 years to go live, because I wasn't confident in it, because it was, what am I going to say? How are people going to think that I look? But if my content and what I have is of value to you, it really doesn't matter. That because I believe in it, and when I buy into what I believe, you and everyone else will buy into it as well. It will speak for you. So when you walk into a room, your confidence will shine right through. And what you wear will just boost it a little bit more. It'll give you that extra kick. It gives you that extra little pick-me-up that you may need. It'll give you that extra strut in your step that you know when you walk into a room, it's like, oh, who is that? And we've seen this multiple times. We may not have known what it was, but we've seen this play out multiple times in different settings, whether it's networking, whether it's at work, whether it's at parties, whether you're at a club. We've seen this happen several times. What is that it factor that this person has? It's confidence. That's what separates them, and that's what separates us from everything. And it'll also help with others trusting you as well, because we all know the favorites, know, like, and trust factors that everybody keeps telling us about. Well, they'll get to know you, they'll get to trust you, and they'll say, oh, you know what, she's okay. And all of that can come across in confidence, but we have to, of course, believe it first. Number 2 is decisiveness. Now, with decisiveness, it's making those difficult decisions. Making difficult decisions, making them, and sticking with them. It might be you have a job interview and you get the job, and now you have to leave what is comfortable to you at your current job. You have to make a decision on what it is that you want to do. Do you want to stay comfortable, or do you want to go here to something that will take you to the next level in your career? As an entrepreneur, it could be something as, I have to make this decision that am I going to use Dubsado or am I going to use HoneyBook? I need to make a decision and I need to stick with it. It's if you're hiring someone, I need to stick with it. This is what I'm looking for. Now, I'm not saying you can't bend, but we have to be able to make a decision. And one of the ways with making decisions and being decisive is setting a date for it. So by this date, I'm going to make this decision. Our decisiveness, it shows that we have the courage and confidence to take responsibility for something, right? It's sticking with a decision. So if you're in corporate America and you're a part of a project to determine if we should work from home, you have to make a decision on, okay, these group of individuals can work from home. These individuals, we need them in the office. Knowing that not everybody is going to like your decision, because guess what? There are going to be people that don't want to work from home, and there are going to be people that don't want to come into the office. But that is a tough and hard decision to make. Not everybody's always going to be happy with your decision, but the person that needs to be happy in it is you. Simply put, having decisiveness is having a form of backbone. Now this, of course, none of anything that I'm saying is going to happen overnight. I didn't get a backbone overnight. It's taking time. And I had to learn through trial and error that it's like, oh, okay. And that's what it takes. But once you get to a place that you're confident and trust yourself, and I think that's what this is really about. It's about trusting yourself, and trusting yourself with making the hard decisions. Even something as simple as, I don't know, do I want strawberry or vanilla ice cream? You know, we've all sat there, well, what kind of ice cream? Well, I don't have to have that. I don't have that problem because I don't like strawberry ice cream. But we do it all the time. I'm not talking, you know, even with small things. And you may want to start with small little decisions that you need to make. You know, do I want my nails to be pink or do I want them to be purple? I have to choose. But as you become confident with making small decisions, the bigger decisions will become easier to make. But at the end of the day, it's really about trusting yourself. And if you're an entrepreneur, if you're in, you know, real estate agents, and you want to either raise your rates or you tell a client, hey, this is the price of this house, I think you should offer this. You have to be able to stick to those decisions that you've made. But you also have to be able to explain why, but that also comes with being as trusting yourself, and you don't want to be someone that's wishy-washy or flip-flops and goes back and forth. You have to be able to make a decision and stick with it. So that's what decisiveness is. Having integrity. It's doing the right thing in a reliable way. It's being honest and having a strong moral principles and not changing them. It is a priceless essential for success. And the key components of this are being honest to a fault, meet every commitment that you say that you will do, treat everyone the same, and show respect. So being honest, doesn't necessarily mean being overly honest, but you want to be honest because people are going to ask you your opinion. People are going to ask you for your advice. And we have to be able to be honest with people. So for me, I may have to say, you know what, I don't think that looks good on you. Here's why. But let's try something else. I was honest, but I also gave a solution as well and the reason why. But at the same time, if they still feel it looks good on them, guess what? I'm not going to change their mind because that's not for me, that's for them to decide. And them a client to maybe figure out, and maybe I can be wrong. But if someone asks for an opinion, you have to be honest and give them your honest truth of how you feel. But explain why you feel that way, and maybe at times offer a solution. Meeting every commitment. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you have to say maybe something's taking longer than what it is, you don't want to tell somebody at the last minute, like 2 hours before it's due. Because 9 times out of 10, you probably started it 2 hours ago or the night before, 2 days ago. But if you have a commitment, you honor that commitment, and in the timeline that something is supposed to be done, if you say, hey, you know what, I'm coming up on this problem, I'm going to need an extra few days, people will respect that. But if you tell me an hour, 5 hours before, unless and this does not mean anything that is out of your control, but anything that you can control. If you are saying, hey, I can't do this, then say that. If you don't have enough bandwidth, if somebody says, hey, can you have this done in 2 days, and you know it's going to take you 3 weeks to do something, say, you know what, I can't do it in 3 days, but I can do it in 3 weeks. Allow them to make the decision, you know what, I need it in 2 days so I can look for someone else. Or you could even say, hey, here's a recommendation of someone that I know that could have it done in 2 days. But you always want to be honest with people when it comes to that and with your commitments. Because if you're not committed, then they're not going to come back and hire you. They're not going to refer or recommend you to other individuals who may need your product or service. You want to treat everyone the same, from the janitor to the CEO. Everyone is the same. None of us, and not everyone nobody starts at the top. We all have had to work our way to where we are currently right now in the position that we're in. You never know anybody's hardships. You never know anybody's difficulties. You never know anybody's trials that they've had to go through. You have no idea what their story is. So you always want to remember to treat everyone the same way you want to be treated. You treat people that exact same way. And you want to show respect. I think showing respect these days is something that has been being lost. Showing respect is just common decency for people to do for people. So you will always want to show people respect because you want others to show you respect as well. When you do all of these things, confidence, decisiveness, and your integrity, people will take notice of that, because these are the type of people that we want to work with. We want to work with somebody that's confident. We want to work with somebody that is, they can make decisions. And we want to work with people that have an integrity. And it reflects in how we do business. It reflects in how people see us and if they want to work with us. It's making the tough decisions that will guide you. It is going to be, I'll say for me, it was making a decision of moving to Charlotte almost 10 years ago with no job, with a place to stay. I was on unemployment. That's what being decisive is making a decision, not caring what other people thought, and doing it. It's comfortable with you have to become comfortable with making those decisions. But you'll know and feel that it's the right decision. So I knew that relocating for me was the right decision to do 10 years ago. I knew it was the right decision for me not to move back home when times got hard, because I had to work through that. I had to go through that. But at the same time, I knew it felt right. And I knew if I moved home, I knew it wouldn't feel right to me. So you want to make sure that you really begin and you see where it goes. Now, sometimes I'm going to admit it's hard to make that. It was easy to make that decision, but it's a little bit harder for me to make a couple other decisions as I'm going and building a business in the stage that I'm currently in. But I know that through this process, I am becoming more comfortable in being able to trust myself more with making the necessary decisions that I need to make. So how do you incorporate this all together? So you want to surround yourself with people that are doing, or you want to get into rooms to where people are maybe like where you want to be. You want, if you're hiring, you want to hire people that complement where you may not be the greatest at. So if you're not good at writing copy, you're going to hire somebody that can do that for you. If you say, I'll use hiring managers for example, because I work in talent and acquisition. So if they're not good with, say, Java, they're going to hire a software engineer that is what their area of expertise is in. If you are out here, say for me as an image coach, I may not be good at building a program. So I'm going to go hire a business coach that specializes in building programs. So that is what you want to do, and you're able to learn from them. And by learning from them and surrounding yourself with people that help you in the areas that you're not good in, and also surrounding yourself with people that are where you want to be, because that will boost your confidence. It will boost, you'll see how they act, and you'll be able to actually see how they act and how it kind of plays out and flows. Number 2, you want to stick to what you know. Don't dive into an area that you're not familiar with, and don't claim to know more than you do. So all you know how to do is make bread. Until you learn how to do the next thing that you want to do. It might be making candy. I don't know. So now you're going to learn and go how to make candy. And once you're comfortable with that, then you'll be able to say, oh, I know how to make bread and I know how to make candy. Because what happens is if you tell people you know more than what you know, and you kind of go into somebody else's lane, it's going to cause for a misstep, and then you're going to have to backstep and try to clean things up. So just stick to what you know. Smile more. It is the best asset that we have. It is the best accessory that we have. When we smile more, it gives people, it shows that you're friendly, that you are pleasant, you could say. It gives off a positive energy, and you never know whose day it might make if you just simply smile and say hi. So always remember, it's your best accessory, and guess what? It's free. You were born with it, so you already have it. So remember to smile more. And if it makes somebody else's day, it can probably make your day as well. And number 4, you want to empower others' presence to build your own. So as you're building a team, if you're at work and you're on a team and you're managing a team, you want to be seen as a leader who elevates everybody that works around you. Even if you're a business, no matter what business that you have, what career you have, you always want to elevate the people around you. And it's not a bad thing, because people take notice of that. People will see, oh, you know what? She cares about her employees. She cares about this. She is invested in their well-being. Because guess what? As they elevate, guess who also elevates as well? You elevate as well. So you always want to keep that in mind. As you're raising and lifting others, you're also raising and lifting yourself as well. And it's not always about, you have to look at the bigger picture, because we want everybody to do good. We want everybody to do good. And guess what? Sometimes they can't do good if they don't have a good leader that's going to lift them. Because as you lift them, you rise as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's video for today. If you did, and of many other videos that I may have, please be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification button so you are notified when new videos are uploaded. Around here, I upload them every Sunday. I'm being a little bit more consistent with that. But with all of that, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys next week in the next video. Bye, guys.